Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Grill Nation show here on KMBZ 980 AM on podcasts on Apple, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, and on our website, grillnationshow.com. Today, we're going to have an awesome show. We're going to start the show today with Jeff Phillips, who's from Landmark National Bank. Jeff is the Senior Vice President of Landmark National Bank, and he's joining us. He joins us, I guess, every other month. Jeff, maybe we have some other great friends of yours that join us too from Landmark National Bank. Your website is banklandmark.com. Welcome back to the show, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing great, Jason. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's great to see you. What have you been up to these days?
Well, it's kind of like you are starting to see glimpses of what it used to be like to be a community banker, meeting folks in their office and meeting them for lunch and breakfast and things like that. So kind of now I'm remembering why I liked this gig in the first place.
Yeah, you're a people person, Jeff. And when you can't go to breakfast or coffees or help people, you're not on the same plane. Well, it's good to see you. I know you guys have been doing a lot with the bank, and the website again is banklandmark.com. What's new at the bank besides seeing people and helping people? What new initiatives do you have going on? And then we'll get to our guests that we're going to preview in the show here in a second.
Yeah. Well, we've got a couple of things that have been pretty exciting. Just a real quick plug. We just wrapped up our first little segment of kind of our new revised book club. So we had about 50 folks that chose to participate in that, and it was 4 months long. And each month we had a book that we all read together. And then we got together at the end of that month and spent about 30 or 40 minutes hearing from the author themselves. And we were able to pose them questions about where the idea for the book came up, or some of the issues maybe that we took with the content, as maybe I disagree with this or agree with this. And then after that, we broke out into smaller groups and really said, what did this book mean to you? And what, if anything, will you be doing differently because you read this book? And that was really cool. So we did 4 of those. And so we're getting ready to start our next section of those here in probably the next month or so. We did that in partnership with the guys over at Swell Spark. So that's been really fun.
You stepped it up a notch. I've gotten
it's always got to be kind of fresh and fun. That's right. So. And then the other thing I would say is, not to regurgitate what's on the front cover of the Wall Street Journal, but I'd say our conversations right now with folks really are around how they are forecasting the impacts of good and bad factors in the market right now. So you may have some things that are challenging, like labor shortage. We all hear about that I've got a manufacturing plant and I just can't get enough people hired. They're just not available. But then you also have the good things of, I was talking to a guy that was inspecting my chimney yesterday, and he was like, this is the busiest we've ever been. He said, but it actually is making us nervous because the housing market is so hot that will people start putting in offers that they'll take the house without inspections. And then that has like an unforeseen impact on his business, in that maybe it's not seen as essential as it was before. So, there's kind of those conversations going around where everybody is looking into the future and saying, okay, what is my industry looking like 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, and what changes do I need to be making? And we're making those same changes at the bank right now of how are people using us, what things are being replaced by technology, what things are actually being emphasized, like sitting across the table and working with a business owner directly in times like this. So I think we're all having to keep our focus on the future right now as to what changes we need to be making in our business today to take advantage of what the new economy looks like just down the road.
You've learned a lot over the last year. I can't imagine, Jeff. Working with your customers and helping the business owners and entrepreneurs throughout Kansas City in this region, man. A lot of life lessons, right?
Yeah, it's been a crash course for sure. You feel like you've seen a lot of different scenarios play out, but I feel like it was kind of a constricted time period where people had to make decisions. So where things they might have had months and maybe even a year to wait and see and make those decisions. Folks were having to make those decisions in a matter of weeks. And but we're better business people because of being on the other side of it, for sure.
That's great. Jeff Phillips, Landmark National Bank. The website is banklandmark.com. Great bank here in our region. Jeff is a collaborator with the show. The bank works with us on a monthly show each and every month. They're really good at that. They provide us with some great guests for the show that we get to highlight and talk about and learn from them on their entrepreneurial and business journeys. And today, Jeff, we're going to be joined by Billy Hodes from Midland Industries. Tell me about Billy.
Yeah, Billy is a great guy. Comes from a great family. We've talked about in the past, Jason, that it seems like the folks that are in our community are folks that are active in the community, understand the power of connection, and also are learners in trying to be better versions of themselves. Billy checks the box on all three of those. We got to know each other through business. But I say our relationship really deepened over having conversations about how you grow and how you lead, how to be a good father and husband. And then also we've served on a nonprofit board together. So I've gotten to see him in several aspects of his life, and he's impressed me in every single one of them.
That's great. And Midland Industries, their website is midlandindustries.com. We'll ask Billy about kind of more about what the company does and catch up with him on that, but give us a flyover on kind of what his business does.
Yeah, so Midland Industries really is pipe, valve, fitting type products. It's got a long, steep family history where it kind of started maybe in one general area and then broke off into some specific industries, and then maybe came back together at one point. So he would be, it's kind of like any industry. Like, I kind of feel like I understand what they do, but he could tell you exactly what they do. I know I'm always impressed whenever I walk into the warehouse and I see all the SKUs of the different valves and fittings that they have, all the industries that utilize them. That's one of those businesses that you realize, man, if we didn't have this company providing these, we would feel it in our own personal lives for sure.
It's definitely amazing. I did go through the website again, midlandindustries.com, and tried to understand it. So they do so many different things and help out with so many different places and people in industries and parts and just so many things. It's going to be interesting to talk to Billy. Billy Hodes, he's the CMO of Midland Industries, again, is joining us on today's Grill Nation show. Jeff Phillips will be with us for the show as well, Senior Vice President of Landmark National Bank. Their website is banklandmark.com. I really appreciate everyone listening and watching today on the live stream, or if you're joining us on the radio or on podcast. We appreciate it each and every week. You can connect with me on social media at Jason Grill on Twitter and at Grill Nation Show. Also on LinkedIn, I'm on there as well, and I appreciate those who share our show each and every week on LinkedIn. Very, very much appreciated. It definitely helps spread the love and spread the great stories of all these great Kansas Cityans and people in our region. We'll be right back after the break with more of the Grill Nation show here on 980 AM KMBZ. Okay, Jeff, we're going to stay live here, of course, for all of our watchers here. So the book initiative, man, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's really
that was really Matt's idea to spin off what we were doing on the book club, Landmark Library already, and it's been fun.
It's awesome. I'm gonna bring Billy on here while we tape the segment. Hopefully his sound works. There he is.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Fantastic.
Billy, we're on video still, and then we're taping our first segment, and we're gonna be live here again, recording the radio version of the show here in a few minutes. I'm excited to hear some of these family stories that Jeff is alluding to and traditions.
Well, some of them we're able to share.
That's good.
Radio. Some of them need to be held a little closer to the vest.
Those are the good ones. Okay,
Right.
He looks like he's ready to rock. Billy, can you move a little closer to your computer, he says? Just a little bit if you can. See up close, we can hear you. Okay.
Is that better?
That's better, yes. Okay. Going live here in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Grill Nation show here on 980 AM KMBZ, on podcast networks, on our website, grillnationshow.com, or on our live stream right now. You're watching us on my social media. Again, today we're joined by Jeff Phillips, who's the Senior Vice President of Landmark National Bank. Their website is banklandmark.com. Also joined by our guest today, who's joining us now here on the live stream and on the radio, Billy Hodes, who's the Chief Marketing Officer of Midland Industries. Their website is midlandindustries.com. I put up the websites here on the live stream for everyone to see. Billy, welcome to the show. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me, Jason and Jeff.
It's great to have you. First off, tell us about you. Tell us about your kind of background and journey and how you got there. Are you lifelong Kansas Citian, or did you move here? What's your story, Billy?
Well, it all started back in October of 1973. Yes.
What a great year. What a great month.
Yes. Born and raised in Kansas City. Blessed to have grown up in a big family here. Youngest of 11 kids, so mentally and physically abused my whole life.
I saw your. I've heard your last name for years. I feel like I've met some of your siblings at some points throughout the years too.
Probably so.
You have 11. There's a good shot, right?
That's right.
So you went to Rockhurst, I saw, and then got involved in kind of sales and marketing early on, correct?
That's right. I went down to Spring Hill College in Mobile, Alabama, and right there out of school started selling to plumbing contractors and maintenance departments through the state of Alabama and Mississippi and the Florida Panhandle, which was a really interesting place to start a sales career. But I loved it. And learned quickly that it was not so much what you knew, but what you could do for the customer. And I spent a couple of years down there building that territory, came back to Kansas City, and worked on a more national basis, building a sales force. And then a few years after that, came to work here at Midland Industries, and help develop the plumbing, oil, and gas markets for my brother Nick. That point, my brother Vince and I, we bought the company from Nick and decided we were too good of friends to continue to be partners. So we split the business by market there in two and operated independently for about 15 years. Sowing our own entrepreneurial oats, and then in 2015 we merged the company back together. Had a little appetite for acquisition, and so before doing that, we decided we wanted to go do that with somebody else's money instead of our own. So we sold to private equity in 2018, and since we have merged or acquired now 6 companies together. It's been quite a road here the past couple of years, but we're having fun doing it, and more to come on that. More acquisitions to come, and so it's been fun. I'm still learning a lot, which I love to do. Still growing and kind of pushing the envelope as far as what I'm capable of and learning. And we've got a great team here. We work in a fantastic industry full of good people. So I'm a blessed man.
Wow, Jeff, that was quite the overview. I love that. So Billy, you work with family. You bought family out. Now you're back with family. I mean, you got more companies you're acquiring. I mean, this is you could write a book, man.
Well, if I was any good at writing, I could. But yeah, it's been an interesting road. I can't believe it's, I can't believe that I'm
Maybe
as
you can
old
get
as
in that Jeff
you.
Phillips Landmark Book Club.
Yeah.
Billy, I'm going to
was
ask you that
involved
question
in the
again. I
last.
lost you there for a second. What's that? Hey, Billy, can you hear me?
I was involved in the last round, read a couple of good books.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll ask that question again. So you could write a book, and we'll clean that up on editing. But you've got a lot of entrepreneurial background. I mean, when Jeff introduced us for the show, I wasn't expecting all of these very interesting entrepreneurial. For the fact that one, you're working with family, that's always an interesting story. We'll get into that too. But then acquiring, selling, coming back. I mean, a lot of moving parts in your journey.
Yes. It's been interesting, and looking back, it's amazing how many different experiences and exposure to different business models and acquisitions and merges, and it's just amazing everything that's happened in the past 20-25 years.
So Jeff, I'm going to ask him this one question. We'll get to you. Just give us an overview, Billy, about, for us laymen listening, about your services, your products, exactly what Midland Industries does. Jeff and I were talking about it on the first segment. We need to get like a 30-second to a minute kind of overview from you.
Okay. So Midland Industries is a manufacturer and supplier of fittings, valves, and hose. We sell to wholesale distribution throughout North America. We have a manufacturing plant here in Kansas City, in the Kansas City area, and then we have sources worldwide where we contract manufacturing from the Pacific Rim, Italy, Turkey, Indonesia, all over the world, and bring it in here to North America. We've got 3 distribution points in Canada. We have 5 distribution points here in the United States, and we go to market through independent manufacturers reps to service and develop our relationships with our customers. We have 40,000 items that we take to market right now and growing. And so we're growing through organic growth. Our goal this year is to achieve 30% organic growth, which is really aggressive, but and we are looking for an acquisition or two to tack onto that. So we're looking for new products to new markets, or current markets and tacking on product lines that will complement our current line. So.
Mm-hmm.
So, Billy, do you who would be kind of your primary customers? Is it direct to folks that are installing that, or is there more hands in that supply chain?
To wholesale distributors. So our customers will then sell to the end users. They'll sell to contractors, big mechanical contractors, commercial contractors, or smaller residential contractors. We're very diversified as far as the markets we sell into, which has helped us sustain, good markets and bad. We sell into the industrial, plumbing, waterworks, irrigation, oil and gas, the retail markets. And so that we've through acquisition, we've acquired some new markets that we haven't served before, but to be able to bring those together and leverage, different companies' experiences and markets, and then really, leveraging the knowledge and the experience of the platform and the leadership team. It's really fun, really exciting to kind of cross sell and leverage different experiences into new markets.
Mm-hmm. What do What do your customers seem to look for as like a differentiating factor? I mean, what really sets you all apart when they're evaluating their options?
So we,
I hear they got a good chief marketing officer.
it all comes down to marketing.
Yeah, well, I don't want you to divulge any secrets here. Like, this is going to be for public consumption. So tell us what you can.
Well, our customers are faced, with the realities of the market. It changing rapidly. Technology is really driving a lot of change in our marketplace, has been for many years. And then to be able to, consolidate purchases. They have a lot of different vendors that they depend on to keep their shelves stocked and ready for their customers' needs. And so what we're able to do and do more of as we grow is to deliver more of those buys, more of the products that they're sourcing. We can deliver more of those. So it helps them become more efficient, reduce their freight costs, just reduce their cost of doing business when they can source those products from one vendor like Midland Industries instead of, say, 7 or 8 different vendors.
So we're talking about customer-driven solutions. It really means making it easier for these people. One-stop shop.
Yeah. Our market managers, they work and manage their manufacturers' rep networks, and we've done a great job of building intimate relationships with our customer base, and just hearing about their pain, what their challenges are, and then being part of the solution, being part of the problem solving, and the solutions that we deliver. And so, we have innovated from our customers and their problems. We have innovated a lot of great marketing tools and technology driven processes to help solve their problems. And when you do that and you carry that kind of a relationship with your customers, they become very sticky, and they depend on you to help them get over the hurdles of whatever the market's going to bring next.
Billy Hodes is with us, Midland Industries, Jeff Phillips, Landmark National Bank. You're listening or watching the Grill Nation show with Jason Grill. We'll be right back after the break. Okay, I went a little long there, gentlemen, because I wanted to make sure we had some content in case we cut out at all with the Wi-Fi. I'm fascinated right now, Jeff. I never knew I could be fascinated by pipes and fittings and adapters and.
Well, welcome to my world. You're driving down Gillum Plaza and you look over and you're like, I wonder what they do in there. Well, this is what they do in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as soon as Darren records, we'll start with where we left off, and he's ready to roll. He's on fire today. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. Hello, welcome back to the Grill Nation show with Jason Grill. Thanks for listening today or watching us, however you're watching or listening. I'm again joined by Jeff Phillips, who's the Senior Vice President of Landmark National Bank. Their website is banklandmark.com. Also joined by Billy Hodes, who's the Chief Marketing Officer of Midland Industries. Their website is midlandindustries.com. We were talking about all of the customer-driven solutions and, kind of the marketing and sales process, but I want to also real briefly touch upon the fact that this is a family business, and you did, on your website, Billy, it does talk about family values and traditions. How has that helped kind of accelerate and propel business success?
Well, not only our business, but a lot of our customers' businesses are family owned and founded and started. And so those values, are something that's very important to us and something very important to our customers. And it's just about giving good people an opportunity to succeed, and supporting them and having opportunities to grow with the company into more responsibility and more financial success, more personal growth. And so it really just comes down to supporting the folks that are driving the growth of your business.
Mm-hmm.
It does seem like family, the times you hear about family businesses is only whenever there's a problem that arises. With like you said, with you and Vince, of being too good of friends to be partners the whole time. Can you talk about what kind of conversations you all had as partners to either delineate of this is a family matter versus a coworker matter, or what did you kind of put in place to make that not only a place that you could tolerate family, but that you would actually thrive on being a family-owned business?
Well, and I'll give all the credit here to Vince as far as building a sustainable program to build real value in our business, and that was a bonus program, a profit sharing program that Vince set up and really enabled us to retain good, solid talent. I mean, a lot of folks here have been here for their full career, 25, 30 years. And it's the philosophy of the profit sharing was that, we do the most we can with the least amount of overhead, so if everybody's motivated and incentivized to do that, then we have more profit to share. And so we had a transparent program. Everybody knew every day what our break even was. Every profit dollar made over that, or produced or shipped out over that, was shared. And so at the end of the month, everybody knew exactly how many bonus shares they had, what their bonus was going to be. And so that really developed a strong culture. First of all, people stayed and stuck around because they knew they were incentivized. They felt like business owners themselves, mm-hmm. and they had the power to make a difference every day with what they were doing. And it really helped us develop good teamwork. It's not about us individually and what we wanted and needed. It was a team effort in trying to support, others as we grew. We had the mindset of all of our employees and teammates to do the most we could to help support every aspect of the business, to do the best we can for our customers. And so that really helped build the family culture here at Midland, and sustainable today. I mean, we are retaining and attracting the best talent in the industry and in the marketplace because of those kind of programs and the culture that's built.
Billy Hodes, Midland Industries. Talk to us about working with Jeff or Landmark National Bank and how that's helped you.
Man, they have been great to work with. They are able to see our business from a perspective that we don't, and we don't always see that, and to innovate great ideas on how we can leverage what we've built and into where we're going. They have just been always supportive, very easy and convenient to work with. No bureaucratic red tape or waiting for a month to hear an answer. We've developed such a great and strong relationship. They know our business so well that we can be really agile and make quick decisions that have a great impact on our business. And there's no substitute for that. I mean, that has really enabled us to continue to grow and reinvest in our business, our people, our opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's really nice. And then we can talk about how that's going to help you in the future too, because I know that you mentioned more acquisitions. You obviously thrive on sales and customer relationships. So kind of take us through kind of some of the growth ideas and kind of what you're thinking of towards the future, and maybe some of the best lessons learned that you can apply to the growth that's to come. What's next?
Well, we are we're owned by the private equity firm out of Chicago, and they're great to work with. We are the platform for their industry, this industry, and so they are really supportive and putting us in a great position to succeed. Some of our goals are here in the next 2 years. We want to double the size of our business, and we have some very aggressive plans for organic growth with new products and new customer acquisition. But then we've also got some great targets for acquisition to help us achieve that. The COVID world has kind of thrown some wrenches into some of those opportunities on the acquisition side, but we feel like we've had some great momentum. Fourth quarter, first quarter, we had our first. The first quarter, we had our best quarter ever, all companies on the platform. And so we're seeing that industry wide, a lot of great momentum, a lot of, I think, pent up work is coming to fruition now. One of the headwinds we're dealing with is the supply chain. And, our orders are outpacing our shipments. In other words, we're generating more revenue on the sales side than we can ship, because we kind of have a few issues on the supply chain side. But that's all good and great momentum, that we're taking on. We've got a great team of experts that we are making the most of our opportunities here.
Mm-hmm. Billy, I was kind of internalizing whenever you said not only are we focused on organic growth, but also, we're interested in acquisitions. And what that means, that is we're on kind of a parallel path where our main focus is on being better and building scale for what we do. But we also know there's a lot of opportunities out there to buy smaller banks. And the problem with that, though, is that organic growth is kind of, you put these internal initiatives in play and you're focused on that. And normally it's new technology or process or positions. But then when acquisitions come along, it's like everything gets pushed to the side, and that's your focus 100% of the time for that period of time. And then there's integration and all of those things. How do you guys balance focusing on the core business and being better tomorrow than you were today, but also rolling in a practical and effective way whenever you make an acquisition?
Well, that's a great question, because that has been a real, it's been a challenge for us at times. But as we grow and we build out our leadership team, our executive team, we're getting better. We're getting better at that, and we're really hitting a good cadence with that. We've got a team of integrators that are focused on acquisition, not only looking for new opportunities, but realizing the synergies with past acquisitions. So we've got a full team and building on that, focus on technology, on business, scaling the business processes we have in place to realize synergy. So it took some challenges. It took some tough learning experiences for us to know that a good investment in resources and a team built just focused on acquisitions, on finding and integrating acquisitions is a good investment.
Billy Hodes is with us, Midland Industries. He's the Chief Marketing Officer at Midland Industries. Their website is midlandindustries.com. Also joined today by Jeff Phillips, who's the Senior Vice President of Landmark National Bank. Their website is banklandmark.com. We're right back after the break with more of the Grill Nation show with Jason Grill. Thanks for joining us today. Okay.
That was kind of you to say, Billy. I appreciate it.
Did I say something nice about you, Jeff? I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, so our final segment, and then we'll tape our sneak peek, is shorter. It's 9 minutes. We've got so many questions. I actually wrote a lot of questions for you today, Billy. I don't know if I've ever written this many for a person. So,
yeah, I mean, this was like
I had to come armed.
Like hard work, Jason.
I didn't know how many times we could talk about pipe fittings. So I had to come armed with the entrepreneurial questions.
Believe me, hey, I can talk all day about those. They are the sexiest thing in the world to me.
Okay, here we go. And these are going to be more of a quick answer here, Billy, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
The best I can do.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Grill Nation show. Final segment of today's show with Billy Hodes from Midland Industries and Jeff Phillips from Landmark National Bank. Best for last segment. We're gonna start with Billy. Billy, what are the best and worst parts of being in a family business?
That's a really interesting question. The best part I know is being able to work with folks that you love. You know, you spend the majority of your time in life at work, you know, 8, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. And it's great to be able to do that with family most of the time. I'm in an interesting place in my family. I'm the youngest of 11 kids, and I have a lot of nieces and nephews. So I'm actually closer in age to a lot of my nieces and nephews than I am to my own siblings. And so I'm blessed to work with a few siblings, but more nieces and nephews. And that's great because through work and our work experience, I have a closer relationship with them and their families than I would have otherwise. And so that's a real blessing.
That's great. That's great. What do you think, as somebody who's been in marketing and sales through most of their career, is the best way to build relationships in marketing and sales? I know things are changing with technology, and we had COVID, but if you have to decide, like, I got to do 1 or 2 things, and these are the best ways to build relationships, what are they?
No question about it. Hands down, the best way to build relationships and solve problems with customers is being with them, going out to see them, experience their world at their place of business, or on the golf course, or bellied up to a bar somewhere, right? I mean,
you got to go to where they are.
Time getting to know them and their challenges every day, and then being part of the problem solving solution and being a part of the solution. That's how we have done it, and done it successfully here for many years.
Have you ever thought about getting into another industry, or going out on your own, or doing something different?
Yeah, I have.
Maybe at a golf course over a beer or two, with one of your customers, you had that moment. No.
Yes. Always eyes wide open for opportunities and investments and looking elsewhere. But 25 years I've been in this industry, and like I said, I've been blessed. It's it's an industry made up of good folks and good people doing great things and share a lot of the same values I do. So to date, I have yet to find a better industry, a better opportunity. So far, so good, Jason.
That's good. That's good. 20 years is a long time, man. Congrats on that. That's awesome. Well, let's just go there then, Jeff, and you can chime in here too. Maybe you've seen a proud moment. What if you've been there for 20 years? You got to have a proud moment at Midland Industries, whether for you or for your team. What was one of your proudest?
Well, I think just overall being able to share in our success over the years, to be able to see our employees and their families grow successfully and do the things that they, want to do in life, with the security to know that if they're working their tails off and contributing, that they're going to share in the success of the company. But I would say it was probably in November of 2018 when Vince and I took on our equity partner. We sold to our equity partner and were able to reinvest in the opportunity going forward, and we were able to gift a lot of stock to our management team that helped get us here. And I know Vince is too. We're proud to be able to do that, kind of continue the same philosophy of how we built this successful business to be able to gift that opportunity back and to be generous, because we have seen the fruits of all their hard work and dedication throughout the year. So that was really a proud moment for us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and you should be, Billy. I mean, that was, I know that's perceived from the outside looking in too, that you all have not tried to put your arms around it and hoard it as, being something that is yours and has to be protected. It's, we can all share in this together, and you've been generous with that. And I think a large part of your success is because of that generosity.
Yes. Thank you, Jeff.
Speaking of generosity, we'll get into charity in a second, but what's one word to describe you, or one word to describe your business, Billy?
Boy, that's a
you
tough
can pick
one.
Either or if you want to be.
Whoa, one word.
I would have to say one word to describe me would be grateful.
Okay.
I've had a lot of good opportunity, blessed with a lot of great experiences, with great family, great role models. Mm-hmm. I've been blessed, and I'm very grateful for that.
And going into that, I mean, it seems as doing my research for the show and kind of talking to Jeff that you're very interested in charitable organizations and giving back. Why is that so important to you? Is that just because of all the people that have helped you and your family throughout the years?
Yeah, that was, definitely something that I learned in the household I grew up in. My dad and mom always told us, to whom much is given, much is expected. So you're not given these opportunities and these gifts only for yourself. They're given to you to make the world a better place altogether. And so I also learned, Rockers High School, the Jesuits beat into my head, how to live life as a man for others. And I have responded to that. I think that's been meaningful to me and how I wanted to live my life. And so, yeah, the opportunity to share the blessings that I've had and be able to do good for others that may not have had the same opportunity has been another blessing.
It's awesome. And I went to SLU, Billy, so I didn't go to Rockhurst. I went to that little Northland school called St. Pius that you might not recognize. But
all right.
But we were a co-ed Catholic school. We weren't taught by Jesuits, but I did go to SLU, so I do have that ingrained in me as well. Yeah. So last question, if I could find it here, and I'll think about it in a second. Okay, so yeah, best advice you've ever received in your life that has impacted your career. I'll save the other one for our after show.
Well, that's a tough question because I have had a lot of great advice. But really, I think the answer to the question is really my opportunity to see and to witness so many others, so much going on around me, whether it's family or friends or business networks, to be able to see the challenges, the failures, the successes, and to learn from that. I mean, that's been the greatest education I've had in life, to be able to witness that and learn from that, and then apply it to my own business, my own personal life.
Well said. Well said. Billy Hodes, CMO of Midland Industries. Again, the website is midlandindustries.com. And Jeff Phillips, Senior Vice President of Landmark National Bank. They are online at banklandmark.com. Appreciate you both coming on the show, and for Jeff to set us up with Billy today and to hear his story. It's a really cool story, and congrats on all your success, Billy and Jeff. Thank you again for your support and for joining us today as well on the Grill Nation show.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you again next week, and have a great day and take care.